what is going on, people. I'm here again on a Wednesday. Now, people will look and say, so? Well, this is where I give you movies to watch during the weekend. This is my Friday night movie recommendation. This is where, for those who find it hard to pick a movie to watch during the weekend, I give you a little help. I give you a little nudge for movies to watch. I give you a couple reviews of movies I watched and enjoyed that you might feel the same way. I give each one a nice little rating, either from 1 to 9.5. 9.5. If you look at my name, I can't give a full 10. So I give you a 9.5 rating. This first one here is an older movie. It stars Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., Dennis Leary, Stephen Dorff, I think it's Stephen or Stephen, Jeremy Piven, and those four right there. It's Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., Stephen Dorff, and Jeremy Piven. They're four friends, and they want to make a night and they want to go to a boxing match. So they end up renting this gigantic RV kind of deal, and they end up going, and they think that they're going to be late. So I think it was due to traffic and such. So what they decide to do is get off the main highway and take these back roads through a pretty bad neighborhood, but eventually they get there quicker. So when they're going through these back roads and such, they end up running into Dennis Leary's character and his little henchmen. They're like drug lords kind of deal. So they're driving along and they see this commotion happening, and Dennis Leary's character ends up murdering someone, and those four end up seeing it. Dennis Leary notices them, and now what should have been a night full of fun and entertainment, going to a boxing match, ends up like a cat and mouse chase kind of deal. Dennis Leary's guys are pretty much after these four guys just because they've seen a murder. They're now witnesses. So pretty much the entire night it is a cat and mouse chase between these two groups. If you like action and suspense, this one's for you. Definitely, I'd say check it out. Judgment Night. I give this one probably a 8 out of 9.5. This one here, I'm pretty sure it came out last week. Could have came out 2 weeks ago. I think it came out last week on Blu-ray and DVD and such. And it's got a big cast. It's got Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. And that's it. Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. And that's Gravity. Sandra Bullock plays Dr. Ryan Stone. She's an engineer. And Clooney plays Matt Kowalski. There are other people in this, but the one guy that's up there with him, this is in space, who's up there with him, you don't notice. They give him a name and that's it. He's not really big in it. And then you got the people from NASA talking to him. At one point, they're up there fixing something, and NASA calls and says they got a whole bunch of debris. Something happened, and I don't know if it's a satellite broke or something happened, and they got all this debris coming at them. It's coming at high rates of speed. They got to get out of there. They don't have enough time, and this debris ends up hitting this station that they're at, and ends up knocking their communication with NASA away. So now they're pretty much stuck in space with no communication to Earth. And the one guy ends up, this no-name guy, or they give him a name, but he's not really big. He ends up dying. So pretty much now it's just George Clooney and Sandra Bullock up in space alone kind of deal. And once this debris hits, Sandra Bullock gets knocked off this station, and George Clooney has to go and try to save her and such. And they're talking about ways of getting home, and it's just their fight to get home kind of deal. Them being the only two people still alive up there, they have to make their way home. And it's if it's not their air in their suits running low. It's more debris that's coming at him, but it's just a very intense movie. This movie here, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. If you're one of those people that can't stand being stuck in the same area, not really the same area, but being stuck in the same scene kind of deal, it's not really how do what I put it? It's very located in one spot kind of deal, one area. Uh, this movie might not be for you, but I say just check it out anyway because, like I said, it's either one that people enjoyed or one that people pretty much hated. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I put up a Facebook post and I got different reactions from different people. But I say check it out. I like this movie, which is odd because I really didn't like the one movie that was kind of like it, Open Water, with the two people get stuck in the middle of the ocean. This one's they get stuck in space. The reason I like this too is the visuals in this movie. It's very captivating. It's very the scenes and the way they shoot this movie. I enjoyed a lot. It's very just the scenes and the look of this is really good. I liked it. I give it probably 8.5 to 9 at a 9.5. I'd say check it out just to get your own perspective, your own thoughts on it. Let me know what you think of it on the bottom. Let me know if you agree with me or you have your own opinion for it. This one came out yesterday. It won for Best Picture. I really didn't hear about it beforehand, but you know what? Winning for Best Picture, I gotta at least check it out. I got it. There's only 2 names in this that I actually heard of before or knew about, and that's Brad Pitt's in it and Paul Giamatti's in it. Brad Pitt plays a small role towards the end. Paul Giamatti is a small role too, but there's a lot of people in this that deserved what they got, the awards that they got and everything, because this one was really acted well. The main character is, hold on because I'm going to destroy his name, and it's Chiwetel Ejiofor, Chiwetel, whatever. I killed his name, but he's a really good actor, or at least really good actor in this, and it's 12 Years a Slave. Pretty much that guy who I just mentioned. He, in the beginning, it's what year is it? 1841, and his name is Northup, and he is a well-known violinist. This is still in the time of slavery, but he ended up, because of his talents, because of whatever, and where he lives, he is no longer a slave. He has a family. He is well off, I guess. Maybe not rich, but he's making money. He has a house. He has a family. People know who he is. Well, one of the guys that, I guess, books some kind of deal for these events that he plays his violin at, he ends up having him run into these 2 guys that I guess are interested or whatever. Well, these guys, they don't use him for violinist. They end up kidnapping him and sending him into the slave trade. So he doesn't know what happens because one day he's partying and getting drunk. The next day he wakes up and he's chained up. He does not know what happens to his family. He has no idea what's going on. But he ends up getting stuck as a slave, getting sold to through Paul Giamatti's character. He ends up selling him and this other woman, and they end up going on to this plantation. And they notice that this guy is a little bit different. I guess back then they didn't want people to learn, I guess, because they were saying that if you know how to read, you're going to get lashed. If you know how to write, you're going to get lashed and all this stuff. So pretty much they noticed that he's a lot different. He's got more vocabulary and such. He's telling these people that he has papers, he's a free man, but I guess they gave him a whole new identity, these guys, so he's pretty much now stuck as a slave. And he kind of just takes it. I mean, there's very intense scenes in this. Sometimes I had to kind of turn my head and look away because there's scenes where people are getting whipped and such. So it's just his life going through this, like going from someone who was free to someone who is now stuck as a slave, having to do hard labor and that, having to answer to all these people. And towards the end, like I said, he runs into Brad Pitt's character, which is probably one of the best things for him. You're going to have to watch it. I don't want to give too much away, but pretty much that's the gist. It's him going from a free man into slavery and the whole thing that comes with it. This one I'm going to give a 9 out of 9.5. It's definitely a great shot movie. There are definitely scenes that are very heartbreaking, and it catches you either, well, not either. It catches you the wrong way. There's very scenes where you get angry and whatever. It catches you and makes you really get into the movie, right? This one I'm going to give a 9.5 out of 9.5. I'm going to give that a perfect rating because I enjoyed it for the movie, but like I said, there are scenes where it just grabs at you and everything. So hopefully you enjoyed my little reviews. Hopefully my reviews push you towards watching these movies and make it a little easier for you to pick movies to watch during the weekend. I do have a contest going on, which I give away these UV codes that come with these Blu-rays and such. So if you're interested in getting free UV codes, the contest ends tomorrow, so you pretty much got today to, I guess I'll post a link somewhere around here, but you have a chance to win 6 UV codes. Hopefully you enter. And yeah, I guess like I always say, I do have a Facebook fan page. I got a Facebook group page. I got a Twitter. I got an Instagram. Those links will be on the bottom. And I guess until next time, I will see you.